You weren't born to be pretty. You were born to be unforgettable. If you've ever looked in the mirror and felt something missing, not in your face, but in your energy, this is for you. Feminine charisma has always been more than beauty. It's presence. It's intention. It's the gaze that speaks truth without saying a word. Every decade gave us women who weren't just actresses. They were archetypes, symbols of something deeper, a kind of energy you can't copy. You can only awaken it. We've all felt it. That quiet moment in front of the mirror, sensing something in our eyes has dimmed. Not our beauty, but that quiet magic, that feminine spark, somehow lost. So we start imitating trendy clothes, famous poses, motivational quotes we've memorized. But none of it truly works. Because charisma isn't a trick. It's a pulse from your truest self. And now I've made a choice. To rebuild feminine charisma through the subtle power of Hollywood's most magnetic women. Not with pressure, but with ease. Not through imitation, but through reconnection. 1930s to 1950s. Classic and enigmatic charisma. In the golden age of cinema, charisma wasn't loud. It whispered. The stars of that era, women like Audrey Hepburn, Ingrid Bergman, and Greta Garbo, radiated a charisma that came from within, not from outward display. Unlike today, where charisma is often defined by bold moves and high-energy presence, these women conveyed it through intentional stillness and curated presence. Not passive, precise. They knew their feminine energy was enough. No need to prove, compete, or imitate. Their charisma was minimal, yet magnetic. A pause, a glance, an unwavering loyalty to their own essence was enough to shift the atmosphere and make others lean in, wanting to get closer. They taught us that charisma doesn't need trends, noise, or endless words. Sometimes you just need to be present, authentic, unassuming, and at peace with yourself. The hidden code. Your charisma might live in your silence, not just in your speech. And if you think being shy or not overly social means you can't be charismatic, you're deeply mistaken. True charisma can rise from your chosen quiet, from those moments when you speak without saying a word. 1960s to 1980s, bold, seductive, and rebellious charisma. In this era, charisma shifted from quiet minimalism to passion, daring, and conscious seduction. Women were no longer just symbols of silence. They had found their voices, and they used them unapologetically. Icons like Elizabeth Taylor, Sophia Loren, Marilyn Monroe, and Brigitte Bardot embodied a charisma that was both feminine and fearless. Through their bodies, gazes, and bold choices, they broke traditional boundaries. These women taught us that charisma can be seductive, rebellious, and emotionally bold, without losing its femininity. Their magnetism came from personal choice, not social approval. That emotional freedom made them unforgettable. Key traits of this era: unapologetic sensuality, bold emotional expression, strong intentional physical presence, a fusion of femininity and social power. Modern inspiration. Charisma means showing up with all your layers: passion, softness, and courage. Not to seek attention, but to express your truth. Hidden code. Your charisma can rise from your boldness, from choosing to be seen, not waiting to be noticed. And if you think seduction equals shallowness, know this. Feminine charisma can be both deep and captivating when it comes from awareness, not need. 1990s to 2000s. Multi-layered, emotional, and complex charisma. This era speaks to those of us who feel deeply, think in layers, and wrestle with inner contradictions. If you're unsure which part of yourself to show or feel overwhelmed by your own emotional depth, your charisma is on another level. You just need to recognize it. Charisma evolved in this period. Women were no longer just symbols of beauty or seduction. They became emotionally rich, psychologically complex, and fiercely self-aware. Icons like Julia Roberts, Angelina Jolie, Monica Bellucci, and Halle Berry embodied a charisma that was emotional, intellectual, and multidimensional. Key traits of this era: Emotionally and psychologically rich charisma, inner contradictions as sources of power, complex layered roles and identities, charisma born from honesty, vulnerability, and bold choices, modern inspiration. Charisma means being strong and soft at once, romantic and rational, seductive and respectful, without sacrificing one for the other. Hidden code. True charisma comes from your inner contradictions, when you stop hiding them and start living through them. 2010s to today. Charisma that radiates from within. In this era, charisma is no longer a performance. It's a presence, not shaped by appearance or roles, but by self-awareness, intentional choices, and cultural resonance. The modern woman doesn't chase charisma, she embodies it. Zendaya, Margot Robbie, Florence Pugh, and Anya Taylor-Joy represent a charisma born from honesty, artistry, and inner alignment. They don't shout it, they live it. Charisma in this era means effortless and unforced presence, artistic and personal expression, energy that speaks before words do, a vibe rooted in values, not validation. Today's inspiration. Charisma is being fully yourself, layered, intentional, and unapologetically real. Hidden code. Your charisma lives in your vibe, in the energy you bring into a space before you even say a word. Charisma was never just about looks. From Audrey's quiet mystery to Elizabeth's fire, from Sophia's grounded grace to Monica's layered depth, each decade shaped a piece of the feminine charisma puzzle. Now, it's your turn. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to remember who you were before the world told you to shrink. So before you go, if this video felt like a mirror, if it reminded you of a part of yourself you've been missing, don't just scroll away. Subscribe not just to follow, but to reconnect. To reclaim your softness, your spark, your power, drop a comment. Which charisma era felt like your soul's twin? Hit the bell, because the next video might be the one that changes everything. This isn't just a channel, it's a space, a rhythm, a reflection. And you're the energy we've all been waiting for.